What's going on, everybody? So right now there is a massive controversy surrounding the athlete Lia Thomas, who was once a man but is now transitioned into a woman. She is competing against other women in swimming and is blowing them out of the water, beating them by like 5-10 seconds, just outrageous victories. And this is causing a lot of controversy. Should someone who was once a man compete as a woman? A lot of people very upset. Now, I have seemed to have garnered a more conservative audience on YouTube, so you may think I have a certain opinion on this, but you're going to be surprised. So, I have recently had a massive change of heart on this issue. I had the opinion that you would have expected, but recently, after some soul searching and after coming to terms with my own transphobia, I am a woman. I have decided that from here on out, I am a woman, and I announced this on Twitter, and I'll be honest, I was expecting some backlash, but you guys were a lot more supportive than I ever imagined. So, yeah, I'm a woman now. So, now that I'm a woman, we need to talk about women's sports because there is a massive fundamental issue with women's sports. The primary issue with women's sports is that they're unprofitable and unwatchable. Let me ask you a question. Can you name your top 3 favorite WNBA superstars? Can you even name 3 WNBA players? Can you name 1? I can't. They give tickets away to WNBA games for free, and people still don't come. And I don't blame them. I would rather stare at the sun than watch a WNBA game. And this is where transgender athletes come in. Having transgender athletes in the WNBA would elevate the skill level and have a level of unpredictability and fun that we haven't seen in women's sports. I would love to see highlights like this in the WNBA, but we can't have them because of transphobia. It's outrageous. We need this. Women's sports need this. Women's sports are not marketable. Nobody wants to watch the Sprite layup contest. You don't hear about women's signature basketball shoes. Nobody wants to buy a shoe where the logo is missing a layup. It's very hard to market. It's really hard to market the fundamentals. So this is where we need transgender athletes. And to be honest, it is a risky move. It's risky. But what do you have to lose? Nobody's watching anyway. Why not have women's sports be a bastion for progress? Why can't women's sports be progressive? It's perfect. Why not? Now on to the obvious question of how is this fair to the other female competitors? And here's the inconvenient truth. Women's sports have enabled a level of laziness and complacency that it's a snowball effect, and it's not their fault. Society has enabled women to be unbelievably complacent and lazy when it comes to athletics. And it's just a societal thing. It'll take a while to correct itself, but this is where I think the transgender athletes can come in, because they'll show them how it's done. If these women spent half the time that they spent complaining in the gym, this wouldn't be a problem. They've just become very lazy and complacent. And I have a perfect example personally. So I just recently competed in my very first female powerlifting meet. And I had no expectations of winning. I had no expectations of winning. I get there, and the level of unpreparedness I saw, these women, they couldn't pull 405. They couldn't pull four plates. And they call themselves power lifters. Couldn't even do 405. Like, we haven't even started working yet. And it's not that they can't do it. It's they just don't want it. And that's the most frustrating part, is that they just don't want it. So I think that with enough time, this will not be an issue. I think that we get some transgender women in here it'll be rough at first, I know, but I think that with enough time that these women will get up to speed, and it won't be a problem, seriously. Listen, I know this is gonna ruffle some feathers, but I think in the long run, it'll be better. And the big takeaway from this video, for the women out there that are mad at me right now, stop complaining and start training. It's that simple. Stop complaining, start training. And here's the biggest problem with this whole issue is that our politicians have done nothing. Biden is silent on this issue. He has not said a word about the discrimination of transgender women in sports. It's outrageous. Neither does AOC. These people claim they care about the trans movement, yet they have done nothing to address the obvious discrimination. And I just started. And the looks and the glares I get from other women at powerlifting meets is outrageous. Biden is silent. And here's the, makes me so mad. Fucking Biden, this old motherfucker, all he talks about is inflation and gas prices. Dude, nobody fucking cares about inflation and gas prices. Who fucking cares? Oh my God, shit's a little more expensive. I can't buy a brand new F-150 this month, dude. Who cares? Get a job. Stop being so fucking lazy. So what now? What do? We need to let it be known to the politicians that rely on votes from the LGBT community that we care about this. We need transgender women in women's sports, or else we're not gonna vote for you. We need to get on Twitter, tell Biden, tell AOC, tell all these politicians that want our votes that this issue matters. This is a key issue. Nobody fucking cares about inflation. Who cares? This is the stuff that matters. So we need to get on the boat, get on. Like, we need to really push them on this. So yeah, thanks for the support. Appreciate what all you guys done for me. And I'm amazed by the support. Seriously, I really thought I was gonna get a lot of pushback, but you guys have, it's blown me away. You guys really accept me for the person I am, and I've never felt better. So thank you very much for the support, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.